how are you doing? This is a place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual. I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that great big subscribe button right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon so you get notified of every time I post a new video. So, if you didn't know who I am Central Bellamy, author of this awesome Asexual Perspectives 47 Asexual Stories book out on Amazon, in Barnes & Nobles and Waterstones. So in this book, I bust through some stereotypes and myths of asexuality, quite a lot actually. And in this book, I explain the differences through the answers to the interview questions about what the differences are between arousal, sexual attraction and sexual desire. So if you're having a bit of problems understanding asexuality and especially the asexual spectrum, stay tuned. So, asexuality is a sexual orientation that's a lack of sexual attraction. That's how it's mostly known as. But the full Wikipedia definition is a lack of sexual attraction and or little to no interest in sexual activity. Thus, you could have someone who's not got any sexual attraction whatsoever, but could still be interested in sexual activity. Or you could have someone who's got barely any interest in sexual activity whatsoever, but still experiences some sexual attraction. This is how it can get very, very complicated as to whether someone is asexual or not. So asexuality in all of itself is predominantly known as the lack of sexual attraction. And these people that don't experience any sexual attraction at all, they usually be referred to as the pure asexuals because they don't experience any sexual attraction whatsoever. Now, asexuality in and of itself is also a spectrum of different types of people who are asexual within it. So this is why it gets confusing, because asexuality is referred to as a lack of sexual attraction, but yet there's a whole spectrum of people who identify as asexual and anywhere within it, right? So some people that are on the more sexual end of the spectrum, they've got grey areas, right? They, for example, grey asexuals, they experience sexual attraction, but only under limited, rare or specific circumstances, or they experience it but not enough to want to act on it, right? So the thing is, the grey asexuals don't fit into the normal sexual spectrum because when they do experience it, it's very limited, very rare, only in certain circumstances. It might just be with one person or a handful of people in their life, right? So they don't experience it in the same way. So that's how come they end up in the asexual spectrum. So what is the difference then between arousal, sexual attraction, and sexual desire? Arousal is a feeling of in your genitalia, right? It's, it can be something that is triggered by a thought or a feeling or an actual physical act. So, people can get aroused through masturbation despite not having any sexual attraction towards anyone, right? You don't have to have sexual attraction to get aroused. And this is a huge myth that people don't know about because a lot of times, for many people in the world, sexual attraction and arousal and sexual desire all go together in one. But sexual attraction is when you are attracted to someone sexually and want sex with that specific person or people. So you'd look at them and think, I want sex with them, right? That's sexual attraction. Sexual desire is a desire for sex in and of itself, regardless of who it's with. So they require the sex. They love the sex. So that's how come you can get guys in nightclubs, say traditional heterosexual guys, who want to get laid. They want to have sex. They don't care who it's with. They just want the sex. So they've already made their minds up they're having sex regardless of whether they're sexually attracted to anyone or not. They just really want the sex. So asexuals can experience arousal. Not all asexuals can. Some asexuals are just like totally not able to get aroused at all. But it is possible that some asexuals can get aroused. And it's possible they can do that without having sexual attraction. It's possible that some people can participate in sex without having any sexual attraction because they might have other attractions for those types of people. Right? I'm aesthetically attracted to guys, romantically attracted to guys, right? But I don't want sex with them. But if I did have sex, then I wouldn't be having it for the sex itself. I'd be having it probably to please them, which I don't do anymore. I'm not a people pleaser like that anymore. Or because I really wanted to get physically more and more close to them. Or and I was attracted to their body aesthetically and attracted to their mind and soul and physical appearance, and I felt romantic feelings for them. It wouldn't have to have sexual attraction there, because all the other types of attractions would be there, and that was kind of like be a byproduct of that, maybe, if I was that way inclined. But I just don't think like this anymore. But I'm trying to put myself back in the shoes of what I used to be like when I had sex, before I found out I was asexual, and I mistook my high levels of arousal for sexual attraction. They're two completely different things. I thought I was heterosexual for years because of that, but I never looked at my ex and thought, I want sex with you. And that's why later on, I never looked at any of my exes or anyone like that in my life. And that's why later on, I just realised that I'm not interested in sex. It just repulses me these days. I just did that because I had to, as part of what was expected in a normal relationship. If I wanted sex again, I'd have it, but I don't see any interest for me in it. I don't have any interest in genitalia. I'm just not caring about that at all. I like a guy above the waist. I don't need to touch and feel the stuff below it. Do you know what I mean? I don't mind bodies intertwined with clothes on, so if our bits are touching naturally through clothes, I'm okay with that, so long as it doesn't go any further than that. But you know what I mean? I just, with the right person in a serious committed relationship, I have to stress that. But that's as far as it goes. And so that's how some asexuals can have sex despite not experiencing any sexual attraction, because they can get aroused still without needing the sexual attraction. And some asexuals who don't experience any sexual attraction at all can still physically do the act. They're still capable of their genitalia doing it, and they might have other reasons for doing it. There's nothing to do with sexual attraction. However, don't forget, sexuality is huge and asexuality is a spectrum. So everyone's different. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell icon so you get notified every time I post a new video. Lots of love to you. Bye.